Everyone, and welcome. This is a really important press conference, and I'm joined here with members of the City Council, our county legislators, our council president, and of course, the police commissioner, because Yonkers is and continues to be the safest big city in New York State. One of the safest cities in all of America. In 2025, we have recorded one of the lowest crime totals in Yonkers history. Our streets are safer. Overall crime was down 16% from last year, 2025. Violent crime was down 27%. Property crime was down another 12%. And since 2011, when this administration took office, overall crime has dropped 42%. Violent and property crimes also down 42%, virtually cutting it all in half. These results are thanks to the dedicated Yonkers Police Department, especially our police officers, men and women in blue, who put their uniforms on in honor of those that they were sworn to serve and protect. They have courage, skill, and commitment to our community, and they keep this community safe every single day. Our progress is not just about numbers. Yonkers is leading the way in community policing, like crime prevention strategies, and in using technology to our advantage. Our police department runs more than 50 programs connecting officers with our residents, because we want to make sure that that policing isn't just about making sure that you enforce the law, but policing is about making sure that you have community engagement, so that the community trusts their officers and that translates to the officers feeling comfortable with the community, and you have that community and you have that relationship just continues to foster and to grow. Yonkers is a leader in that way, especially in community policing and crime prevention strategies. Our police department runs, as I said before, more than 50 programs, also from youth mentoring and diversion programs to public safety education and opioid outreach, all the necessary components that you have in an urban center where you're trying to keep a community safe. These initiatives make our community policing work because, like I said before, we're building trust by preventing crime and, of course, keeping the neighborhood safe. We have the lowest number of what they call bullet-to-body shootings among any one of the big 5 cities in New York State. And it's not even close. By big numbers, we are close. Just 13 last year. 1 is too many, we realize that. But you compare us to the other cities, and you will be shocked by their numbers. Our clearance rates are exceptional, 93% for bullet-to-body shootings, and 100% clearance rate for homicides. Again, another number that no other city even comes close. Take a look at New York City's clearance rates. Nowhere near the clearance rates that we have here in the city of Yonkers. Our technology helps us work smarter and respond faster. And coming this spring, we'll introduce another tool that will help our officers protect the community even more effectively. And you know about it, but we'll tease it and come back to it when the time comes. Again, I want to say thank you to the Yonkers police officers. I want to say thank you to our residents for continuing to allow us to do what we need to do. Thank you, obviously, to the council president and to the members of the city council, because without their support in these budgets, and some very difficult budgets, we always make sure that the policing dollars are there. Together, we're keeping our city safe while remaining a leader across the nation. This is really something that our residents can be proud of. With that, I'm going to turn this over to the, before I turn it over to the, if you don't mind, before I turn it over to the police commissioner, I'm going to turn it over to the council president to speak on behalf of the council.
Good afternoon, Yonkers. I am standing here today at ESU on Yonkers Avenue to just brag a bit about how great Yonkers is. As the mayor said, we are one of the safest cities of our size in the entire country. And that's because of the men and women who sacrifice every day and go out and protect our city. They do a job that is second to none, of course, under the leadership of our mayor and our police commissioner, who oftentimes come with initiatives that both protect our city, keep it safe, and keep our residents safe. And oftentimes it's thinking outside of the box type of technologies that we employ that keep our city, whether it's a drone or some other device that we use, stop strips, that keep our residents and all the people who travel here safe throughout our city. So I like to brag about how our police department, how wonderful they are, but the numbers speak for themselves. As they say, sometimes men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. And in this case, in Yonkers, the numbers speak for themselves. To have our crime rates down nearly 50% is unheard of anywhere in any big city. Of course, we'd love to live in a utopia where there was no crime, but our numbers speak to the fact that when crime happens, our officers solve it. They bring justice to the residents and to the community, and for that, they deserve a round of applause. Our Yonkers City Council is committed to funding public safety here in this city with our police department and our fire department, keeping them up to date on trainings and making sure that they have all the tools they need to keep the residents safe. So thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Police Commissioner, for all you do for the residents of the City of Yonkers. The City Council thanks you and continues to work with you to move Yonkers forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President. We're going to hear from our Police Commissioner, Chris Sapienza.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. Today's crime numbers tell an important story, but more importantly, they reflect the hard work and dedication of the men and women of the Yonkers Police Department who put themselves in harm's way every day to protect our residents. As the Mayor mentioned, in 2025, Yonkers recorded one of the lowest crime totals in the city's history, with an overall crime reduction of 42% since 2011. We are also seeing historic lows in some of the most serious offenses. Rape, robbery, and aggravated assault are now at all-time lows in Yonkers. Our most evident stat is in our response to gun violence. In 2025, Yonkers recorded just 13 shooting incidents in which someone was struck, by far the lowest total among New York's 5 cities. For comparison, Albany recorded 27 such incidents, Syracuse 49, Buffalo 97, and Rochester 142. When adjusted for population, Yonkers also has the lowest rate of shooting incidents resulting in injury of any given municipality in New York, at just over 6 incidents per 100,000 residents. Give municipalities are areas identified by the state as facing elevated risks in gun violence and therefore receive targeted resources, funding, and support. Even within that group, Yonkers continues to stand out for both prevention and enforcement. How do we combat this proactively? In 2025, Yonkers police officers and detectives made 81 arrests for illegal firearms, a 93% increase from 42 arrests in 2024. Even when these incidents do occur, we work quickly to bring those responsible to justice. In 2025, the Yonkers Police Department achieved a 93% clearance rate for shooting incidents where someone was struck, and a 100% homicide clearance rate. These numbers are unheard of. Thanks to the dedication of our Investigations Bureau, violent offenders are being identified, arrested, and held accountable. We have also made meaningful progress in property crimes. Shoplifting incidents are down 23% from their post-COVID peak, with nearly 72% resulting in arrests. And more than half of those arrested were non-residents. Vehicle thefts are down 34% from their peak, with many cases involving keys left inside or vehicles left running, underscoring the importance of both enforcement and public awareness. These outcomes are the result of deliberate, focused policing strategies, not chance. A major driver of this success is our Crime Control Strategies Division, formed in 2019. Originally established under Deputy Chief Rice and now led by Captain Lacey, this division represents our commitment to precision, data-driven policing. By using advanced analytics, predictive modeling, and real-time incident mapping, license plate recognition, strategically placed cameras, and our all-encompassing Aware Crime Control Center. This team allows us to deploy resources exactly where they are needed to prevent crime before it occurs or to quickly apprehend perpetrators after an offense. Enforcement alone, however, is not enough. Our Community Affairs Division plays a vital role in prevention by building trust and working directly with residents, youth, schools, and community organizations to solve problems before they turn to crime. None of this would be possible without the strong leadership and support. I want to thank Mayor Spano and the City Council for their continued investment in public safety and their confidence in this department. I just rattled off a lot of numbers at you today. The takeaway here is that these numbers represent safer streets, stronger neighborhoods, and lives protected. We are proud of this progress, and we remain committed to building on it every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I wanted just to take a moment just to say thank you to Chris Sapienza. And of course, the Commissioner, he's going to get the blame when things go bad. He's going to get the credits when things go well. Things are going well. He deserves the credit. He, along with his deputy chiefs and all of the brass, and certainly the men and women in blue who go out there to serve and protect us every single day. It's all because of them. I just want to say thank you.